So the last thing that we wanted to talk to you about was the conference actually, and there was a little bit of controversy with your presentation. I don't know if you want to get into that at all,
Sure.
or if there's anything you want to make a comment about, but by all means.
Sure. I mean, so a year ago on stage at the conference, I was angry. I was pissed off. It's the height of the bull market. The industry had just become plagued by Lambo memes and get rich quick, like self-help gurus.
Ty Lopez.
Yeah, I actually like Ty. I went on his show, and I helped save dozens, if not hundreds of people money by warning very sternly against BitConnect. Because a lot of the same people that were following Ty were the people that were interested in things like BitConnect. And so I saved a lot of people money. But I'm very clear not to give financial advice. And look, I don't think Ty's approach was the right one for educating people in this space. But I was friends with him before I knew what his show was about. And I agreed to go on the show. It was good. But going back to the conference last year, I just, the whole culture of greed and wealth and not really talking about the technology and all the stupid ICOs had really pissed me off. And so I was kind of bashing the culture that had emerged. And there were so many scams at the conference. And over the past year, the more I've thought about what it takes to make crypto assets and blockchain technology successful, has evolved. To a certain extent, you need to have a strong cultural component to making this tech successful. Now, does it mean you talk about Lambos and yachts and getting rich? Maybe not, but you still need to interweave a relevant and relatable cultural narrative to this technology. Mm-hmm. And so showing how people get wealthy from this technology by building in this industry, by showing how this technology can be sexy, by having rappers rap about it, by having Instagram models like Graham about it. It's not a bad thing. I was talking about how I have all these rappers and DJs and models at my house. They're talking about the crypto castle, and they're all coming home with a copy of my magazine distributed, learning about blockchain technology. And I realized that in order for us to bridge any socioeconomic gaps, to create a tool for financial inclusion, you have to get, if the people that you want to include financially are going to adopt this technology, they have to hear about it from the people that they follow and relate to. And unfortunately, in contemporary America, in the world today, people look up to the Kardashians. They look up to rappers. They look up to pro athletes. And if those guys are talking about Bitcoin and saying, hey, you need to go learn about this. This is the future. This is something that everyone should be a part of. That's not a bad thing. And that was the point I was trying to make during my presentation that may have been lost on some people. But Bitcoin, blockchain technology needs to be sexy. Sure, we can go improve the clearing and settlement at Goldman Sachs. We can improve equities exchange and ExxonMobil supply chain, but that's not what I'm in this for. I want every single person in the world to have tools for their own financial empowerment. And that education begins with them becoming interested about this technology. And that means I have to get the Kardashians or Chance the Rapper or Jay-Z talking about Bitcoin. I'll fucking do it. Do I want that to be the approach I have to take? No, but that's the state of the world that we live in. Mm-hmm. The most powerful people in the world are the influencers. I mean, look who our president is. So fucking goober that's utterly unqualified to be president, but he's a reality TV star. He tweets in ways that people understand. People respect him for his wealth, his money, whatever's vapid reason they do. But if that's how you get to people, by going through popular culture and cultural narratives that people can relate to, then that's what we have to do. Does that require me to lose some integrity? I don't believe so. Maybe I have to lower some of my standards as a professional, which I think I had to do in that presentation. I went on wearing a fucking crazy captain suit with a crazy hat and had a crazy video with a bunch of rap music. And yeah, there was a scene where girls made out for 2 seconds. But if that gets people excited and people amped and people are talking about it, I've done my job, because it makes people feel like this is something that's cool, this is something I care about. And look, I don't care if I offend a bunch of 40, 50, 60-year-olds that are like, what the fuck did I just watch? If this is cool to young people, if this is something that excites young people, the generation that's actually going to build this technology and make it real, it's totally worth doing. Maybe I'll regret it in 20 years, but I'm not usually one to have too many regrets.